Hi, I'm Sue Sylvanians, and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as calico critters. And today I will be unboxing this set, which is the Waddle penguin family. These were first released in Japan in spring 2022, along with a set of 2 other babies. They were then released here in the UK at the end of 2022. I bought the babies from Japan last summer, but not the family. I'm not sure why. But recently they were on offer on Amazon, so now my babies finally have a family. The close-up on the box shows how the ice cream cart can be used, which is cute. The sides of the box are plain, and the back shows the whole family on a frozen pond. I think this picture is utterly adorable. Okay, so turning the box back around, let's get this family out. Cut the box open. And I'll put these paper pieces to one side. The inner packaging is just the standard background. I would have loved to see it be a winter scene like in the picture on the back. And it is funny that the baby is just there floating in midair. Okay, so let's free them. I was struggling with getting this part out, so I took it out off camera. And then I untwist the baby. And get out the cart. Back to those paper pieces, there's a catalogue. Then this is the story with the title The Perfect Present. I love keeping all these booklets. It has the names of all the members of the family on the inside, and the rest is a story, with pictures on each page. And this has some pictorial instructions on, which I might need later. Right, moving on to the figures, here is the mother, called Sapphire Waddle. She is wearing a dress, which has the large plastic snowflake on. Then the dress has a pale yellow bodice with fur around the neck, and a blue and white striped skirt. I'm interested to see what these figures actually look like under the clothes. So the dress undoes easily with Velcro. Okay, a small moulded tail. Oh, and the body looks mainly white from the front, with kind of stubby legs. Sapphire's face has some orangey yellow on the side, similar to the feathers of the king penguin. It's quite rough in texture. And so is the black on her arms, or maybe I should say wings. Her head isn't very soft either, but her white belly is. Right, I'll put her dress back on now. The wings make it a little trickier than usual. I like this dark blue ribbon at the bottom of the skirt, and it goes all the way around, as does the fur collar, which is nice and fluffy. The wings are slightly stiff, but over time they'll loosen up. And here is the father, Ozzy Waddle. I think he looks very smart, with a burgundy waistcoat and yellow bow tie. And some big striped trousers. They're the same fabric as Sapphire's skirt. I expect he is the same as Sapphire under the clothes. Those trousers have elastic round the top, though they're not finished as neatly as I'd expect. But they do fit over his tail. Same rough texture, which isn't as nice as the Sylvanians. Oh, and let's have a closer look at his face. It is a very cutified version of a penguin, with a tiny yellow beak made out of hard plastic. I don't own any of the old penguins, but do have Mr. Webster the Milkman as a bird comparison. Mr. Webster has a larger beak and a much smaller head compared to Ozzy, and their wings look different too. The waddles don't have the duck's feather detail on the edge. Their feet are different shapes too, but I think it's the same plastic. I'm amazed Mr. Webster still has his gold sticker after all these years in my collection. If I pop them down and take the hat off, they're about the same height, but the difference in head size is really striking. Okay, enough of that, I'll put his hat back on and put Ozzy next to Sapphire. Onto the baby, called Kippy Waddle. Kippy is much smaller than his parents and has a grey flocked body and tiny little feet. He has on a yellow waistcoat with ribbon detail. There isn't any way to undo it, but I think the elastic around the top can be stretched off over his head. Let's leave that on for now. And I want to compare him to one of the adults. Obviously their faces look very different. And the size of their feet too. They both have a kind of indentation at the bottom. I assume it's something to do with the manufacturing process. Mama and son. As well as the figures, this set comes with a little ice cream cart. It's made of multiple pieces which can be taken apart like this. So the base piece looks like a waffle ice cream cone with dripping ice cream on the top, which I really like. It has a single set of wheels at the bottom and they move. There's a couple of spots on top for ice cream and a handle to push it along. Next is this parasol shade in cream and pale blue. And the pole for that, if I get it the right way around, is pale blue with pretty curly moulding. That just slots into the parasol part. And into this spot in the middle of the cart. Perfect. Of course the cart needs to have some stock, so here are the two penguin shaped ice cream cones. There's one with pink detail and one with brown to mark out the shape of a penguin chick's face markings. On the back is a small oval hole which will be for a wing to fit in and hold the cone. There's some really nice texture on these, so looking at the pink one up close. Apologies for my shaky hands, but you can see the ice cream isn't completely smooth and the cone looks very intricate. A quick look at the instructions shows what can be done with the ice creams. So I'll put them into the cart. Very satisfying. The other way to use them was being held by the baby. So I'll bring back Kippy. And there, it just slots on. I thought I'd compare this to Adelaide Outback from the Baby Treats series mystery bag, as they both have ice creams in the shape of their heads. The penguin's ice cream is much more intricate, especially on the cone. And they both have gaps on the back. Okay, let's give Kippy both ice creams as a treat. And I'll bring in the other two penguin babies. I filmed their unboxing for TikTok but never posted it on YouTube, so we'll pop that in now. Here are Pearl and Rocky Waddle with their accessories. and it's so nice to finally have all the babies together. I think the ice cream cart fits onto the little car which comes with the twins, so this bit folds out and fits onto the peg. It doesn't stay there very well, but hopefully it'll be fine when pushed along. I'll move the family out of the way, and Rocky can be the driver with his goggles on. That kind of works. Yeah, the wheels are turning, I think. But the peg on the car is dragging on the floor, so it's not quite as smooth as I'd like. Anyway, that's all the play features, so let's create a little scene. Perfect. I gave the umbrella from the cart to Sapphire instead, and I think it's fun that there are all these different options. The cart is very cute, and I think the ice creams are especially lovely. But overall, if you were to get just one set of penguins, I think the twins are slightly more fun. But I'm glad to have the whole family. So do you have this penguin family, or the older De Burgh penguins? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to my channel for more unboxings, collection updates and news.